on the bayou. Disco, disco, disco down the Fontenot.
And that there, guys, was Disco on the Bayou by Pop Wagner and Friends. And I'm here with Mr. Pop Wagner right now. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Kate. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so do you remember Skagway at all?
It was a long time ago, but yeah, I do remember. I think I came over on a ferry boat, and I played at the Eagles Club, and we had a good time.
Well, that's great, because there is a sticker here on the front of this album cover that says Pop Wagner will be playing in Skagway Eagles Hall Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Go ahead and give this a play. And this record came out in 1986, it says here. You remember much about the recording process of that album?
Well, it was pretty extensive because it was a number of sessions, and it was overdubbing and multi-track and all that. It was the biggest production I ever did. Mostly I do in-studio live to 2-track or else live recordings on stage. But this was a fun big project with a bunch of friends, and we had a good time. Yeah, I remember doing the final mixing one night, late at night in Minneapolis, and the engineer and I were there, and he got a call from his wife, and they lived on Minnehaha Creek, and it was pouring down rain, and the creek was rising. He says, "I got to get home." so we finished sometime later.
Yeah, I was reading on the sleeve here, a lot of musicians. Like, you had a full-fledged, like almost like a jazz band going on, like a New Orleans jazz / bluegrass thing going on here.
Well, there were some real headliners there. The great Butch Thompson, stride piano player, and a drummer that worked in his trio, Red Manic. Tracy
I was reading on the back.
It
says the recording is dedicated to the memory of Red Manic, whose music and inspiration helped make it all work.
Yeah, I believe that was his last session in the studio. He passed not very long after that.
Well, definitely the legacy's living on here on KHNS.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell us more about you and your life. Where are you from? What got you into music? And what's your what makes you tick?
Well, I grew up in a little town of Yellow Springs, Ohio, southwestern part of the state, and got into folk music. See, I was born just before the middle of the last century. That would put it right at 1949. So when I was about 14, that's when all the folk music was popular on commercial radio in those days. And we had Bob Dylan and the Kingston Trio and all kinds of Joan Baez, lots of fun stuff to listen to on the radio. And I got a guitar when I was 14 years old and started getting into that, and I kind of never looked back, and I've been at it ever since.
Well, hey, that's pretty cool. I feel you. I got into music as a young kid too, and I think I got my first guitar at about age 11, 10, somewhere around there. And it was a little Ibanez electric kids guitar. So I was out there in my room trying to pretend I was Eddie Van Halen, not knowing what I'm doing at all. But as I grew up, kid in the South, really got into country music, and that's translated into my adult life, and that's why I'm here talking to you on the radio. So,
all right.
See,
great.
Music transcends generations, don't it?
It sure does. So, yep.
Yeah. So, nice little short interview there. I really wanted to get you on the air. I've a lot of people here in town. I've put them onto your YouTube there. And one last question here: if anybody's interested in listening to any of your newer music or anything, how can they do that?
Well, I've got a website, popwagner.com, but all of my recordings are now available through my Bandcamp page, and that is, I believe that's free streaming if you want to sample some of it. And yeah, so between that and the webpage popwagner.com, you can find out all kind of stuff about me and where I'm playing and that kind of stuff.
You're still out there touring, huh?
I am doing a lot of shows, not on the road so much anymore. A lot of them are right around town. I live in St. Paul, Minnesota, and between St. Paul and Minneapolis, I got a lot of local shows to do there. I'm down in southwest Minnesota for a big gathering this weekend in Lanesboro called the Bluff Country Gathering. And yeah, so I still get out there and still enjoying it.
Spry's a spring chicken. I love it. Well, Mr. Wagner, it's truly been a pleasure to have you here on our Backcountry show on KHNS. We are public access radio, so thanks for supporting that. And I think I'm going to just, we got about 15 minutes here till our NPR headline news break. And I think I'm just going to let your record spin until then. So thanks a lot, man.
Well, thank you, Kade. Thanks for having me, and hello to all my friends out there in Skagway. We'll see you later.
All right. You have a good one, man.